Hey, hey.
Mr.
Is this thing
MadBitcoins.
still on?
Are we still recording?
It says, what is this haircut? A haircut is 10% off the top. That's a haircut.
Only 10%?
Just off the top.
Yeah. What about the sides? None?
Nobody has any hair on the sides. It's a totally different situation.
What if you lose all the hair on top?
It happened fast.
How do you get the hair?
It's over quick.
Yeah.
Rogaine, chemicals. You want to seed a bunch of chemicals into your head. That's the right answer.
Exactly. Always the right answer. More stuff.
Ooh, look at that close-up. Damn.
That camera setup.
Man. Whew.
Like
high tech.
You even see here Soundbird.
Dun 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 dun. That's right.
We should get some memes on there.
You want some news? Ethereum is a commodity, not a security.
Absolutely.
Obviously, from the beginning, since Ethereum was, not a publicly funded company and they didn't raise money by selling a security, it's very clear that they created a commodity.
Absolutely.
Especially when they affected the rate at which the commodity was being produced to increase the value of their pre-mined holdings. Obviously, the act of a commodity, not the act of a security, where one company controls and profits by the sale of the security. Clearly, a commodity like gold, something that you just find in the street and then sell.
Yep. Clearly. Anyone had equal access to all of the goods in that commodity.
Anyone who was in the Ethereum group and the Ethereum Foundation who was there in that hotel room had equal access to all the pre-mines, all the massive pre-mines, all the incredible gains. It was amazing. I'm so glad that they printed their own commodity.
And like they all had equal say in increasing the money supply. There was not just one part of the group, it was all of them, right? Everyone agreed to that. Clearly commodity.
They're saying in the chat, Constantine says there was a tone vase barber accident. I don't know what happened. Obviously, the results are there. You can look at it. It's one of those things. It's like Doctor Who. It's just as interesting in the front as from the back. I don't know. People make their own choices. I'm not here to judge.
The hairdresser's gonna finish that haircut eventually.
Yeah, those of us in the bald men camp have nothing to say about men with hair. Let them do with what they like. Yeah. But yeah, it's a great day here at day one of the conference. I'm tired already, completely wrecked.
But the schedule clearly said only get a little wrecked.
Oh no, I got I got a little wrecked and then I just couldn't sleep and then I was just thinking of what to do and all this nonsense and all this stuff. And then now I'm here and we're emceeing next door, but we're also live streaming right here. So I'm trying to manage both of those, which is important because, I'm not being paid. So that's always really important that the unpaid are working really hard while the paid are just sitting on their asses. So
very important. To see it. Very important. And the more you work without getting paid, the less money you have.
That's right. Well, and then if they pay you, then you start calculating how many hours you're going to spend on it, and you realize that your hourly rate is worse than that of a McDonald's worker. So maybe you should have just stayed home and worked at McDonald's and never told anyone about Bitcoin. Is the general feeling that I get.
But that would be boring.
That would be boring, retiring, sitting on some beach somewhere, reading a book, not being bothered. Sounds nice.
But who likes the Bahamas anyway?
It's too commercial. Nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
So where would you go if you were a Satoshi multimillionaire?
Well, I keep hearing all too late. As soon as all the money's gone, they tell me all the time now that you can just buy a house in Europe, and they have this magic called the golden handshake, where if you're rich enough, you can just buy a nice house somewhere, maybe Amsterdam, and then you can just live in it. And the government's so happy that you bought a house in their country. They'll give you citizenship. Then you can renounce your U.S. citizenship so you don't have to pay taxes in two places, which is really just patently on its face ridiculous. I mean, I'm in favor of revenue. I'm not a libertarian here. I'm going to say that we need revenue. We need large projects like roads and bridges and schools. And they haven't built a damn good road on their own ever, especially in national, international highway system. Never happened. Large projects take large amounts of money, or as the government calls it, revenue. But taxing people twice is pretty inappropriate. Like we have that whole double jeopardy thing. You can't be tried for the same crime twice. In the same way, if I was successful and I moved to Amsterdam, I would pay taxes to the EU and the Amsterdam government. Then, since I'm a US citizen, I would also pay taxes back home for all the services that I'm not using that they don't provide. So,
You see, getting stolen only half the amount is pretty good.
half's better than twice as much.
Is it?
Yeah, it's less. But the girl at the counter was great. I gave her like one $10 bill, and she gave me back like three $1 bills, and she's like, 3 is more than 1. I was like, you know what's going on.
Exactly, exactly. Oh, speaking of the fiat shitcoins, that was so horrible. I started in Germany, right? That was the Euro shitcoin.
Yeah.
Then I went to Prague. That was the Czech shitcoin. Then I went to Budapest. Then I needed the Hungarian shitcoin. And now I'm in Cluj, so I need the Romanian shitcoin. So I like, the good thing is I have my Bitcoin, so I can buy as little amount of shitcoins that I need. But still, I need to buy so many different shitcoins. And now I have like this little dust of all the different shitcoins that I don't know what to do with. I don't even know which
coin
coin is
melt
what.
it down. You got to use its metallic properties and melt it down and make something else out of it, like a statue. But you probably can't. There's probably laws against melting it down. I don't know.
They asked a Zimbabwe farmer who was carrying a bunch of paper bills in a huge burial why he does not burn them. And his answer was, because goat shit burns better. So the fiat paper does not even have the utility of goat shit.
And the new ones in London and England, they're making it out of plastic now. So I don't even think it will burn. It's well indestructible. You can't rip it or tear it, which again, part of this whole paper money thing is that paper is very weak and paper gets damaged, and we keep taking it in and out of circulation. Like you wouldn't even see, a dollar from the 80s or a dollar from the 70s. They're pretty much gone, except for collectors. I mean, we only have maybe 2000s era dollars right now.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, as soon as hyperinflation, you're going to print more and more and more, and then you're going to print plastic bills, and then you're going to pollute the oceans with the plastic fiat shitcoins. Oh, the oceans are boiling, babies are dying. Stack Bitcoin.
As long as you can use them to wallpaper your walls and to fill your wheelbarrows full of notes, it's all going to be good. I tried to get some other guests on here. They pretty much ran away. And I say to them, I'm like, we have a live TV show. You could be on it right now or never. And they don't seem to understand the trade-off, that if you don't go on right now, that if you don't leap at your opportunity, it goes away.
It's like magic.
Fast.
But the inverse. Well, there is lunch now. So I'm sure there are people around just finishing up, going to the toilet, and then we can just kidnap them.
It's another 15-minute break. Lunch was hours ago. You'll be lucky if you get cheese and crackers out there.
No, I think they had the breakfast still when it was lunchtime, and now the lunch got delivered. So when there's coffee time, there's lunchtime now.
Not enough Transylvania jokes. It's worn thin already.
That is true. There's the vampire party tonight. Will there be vampires, or will we just be sucking each other's blood?
Bitcoiners don't dress up for anything. Expect nothing.
Other than Mr. MadBitcoins, who is in full outfit here.
The last of the Bitcoiners.
Holding strong.
They, you know what happens to those early adopters, the settlers, right? They get killed by Indians. They're the first to the frontier and the first to die, just like the Marines. The Marines are not in the rear with the gear. They go in first. They solve the problems.
See, but a good general is up front with the troops.
Also get shot.
Fuck.
They started moving them to the back because they don't get shot. And then they're like, man, he got to fight so many more battles from the back than from the front.
See, but they don't have skin in the game, so they just do stupid commands. When you're actually up front, you make sure that you don't get shot, so the troops don't get shot either.
Yeah.
Incentives.
So many. Trafalgar, Nelson should have stayed below decks. Oh boy, they're ready again. Oh my. I think we're gonna have to wave at Ben, but he's well in another world listening to music.
Working.
And
he's building some crazy lightning IoT magic. Oh no, he's frustrated. Oh yes. He wrote a bug.
Shamai. We'll speak Welsh to him. But thanks for joining us in the chat. We're still live. I heard Peter and Tone talked for 2 or 3 hours there. That was pretty impressive. Have to see what they said later. I'm sure it was all about movies and books and stuff, museums and statues,
Culture.
culture,
Exactly.
Kunst.
Is price culture? No, but there
No.
is a price culture.
It's all deep in my bag, but I did bring the ball. I was going to use it when I introduced Tone.
Well, number go up.
I'm going to give him the prediction. And now, predict the price. And here's Tone. Yeah, preview of coming attractions. Oh,
Yep,
Nindy said
spoiler.
ready. That means I probably have to go. Blah blah blah. MC the conference.
Well, then do that.
So Max, I'm going to send you Ben. I'm going to try to send you someone else. It says in the chat, am I going to the Lightning Conference? Yes. And I'm bringing all this gear here that the community helped me buy and that I'm toting around in expensive and very heavy suitcases. And we're going to be going to the Lightning Conference in Berlin next, I think next weekend or sooner. And then 2 weeks after that, we're going to go to Bitbrum in Birmingham, England, not Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Oh, so it is in
Birmingham is in Alabama. Birmingham is in Alabama. Birmingham is in England. So you got to say it right. Like my friend Alejandro. You got to say Alejandro. Yeah, say it right. But yeah, we're going to the Lightning Conference. We're going to the Bitbrum 1 1/3 conference down and plenty more to go. I'm going to go introduce some people or they're going to get mad. I'll be back.
Bye-bye.